Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Thoughts and Review for a Pay-Per-View. I am Slim and this time we are doing WWE Fastlane 2021. Overall, pretty good show actually. I didn't have high hopes for it. I thought that there'd be a few cool things here and there, but overall it was just going to be meh. But it was actually pretty damn good. I would give the show overall 4 stars. It was pretty decent from start to finish. It was a bit weird how some of the matches were so short, but they also felt very long at the same time. But let's start on the pre-show where we've got the United States Championship match. Riddle taking on Mustafa Ali with the rest of Retribution. And Riddle won. This was a decent match. It wasn't anything special. The finish was cool. But there was a few cool spots in there and whatnot, but it was more about the post-match angle, I think. But yeah, the finish was cool with Riddle hitting a top rope bro Derek. To retain. Yeah, I would give the match 3.5 stars. And yeah, so post-match Retribution turned on Ali, which was something. And I've realised something. Mace, or Dio Madden, whatever you want to call him, his part of the double chokeslam that he and Dijakovic, T-Bar, that's his name, do is actually really cool. That the way he sits out, that's cool as. But yeah, so yeah, we then kicked off the main show with Nia and Shayna with Reginald beating Sasha and Bianca with the tag belts on the line. Match was all right. This was again more about setting up Mania between Sasha and Bianca. And obviously paying off the stuff with Reginald as well. So Reggie did a few things, but nothing really. In the end, Baszler pinned Sasha when Sasha and Belair were arguing. But yeah, it was meh. Tossing up between 2 and 3/4 and 3. Yeah, 3 stars. It was alright. Yeah, it was, yeah, whatever sort of thing. We then got a fairly short match for what it was, but it did feel a little bit long in terms of how long this Wikipedia says that the match ran, and how long it felt like, because it says that it ran for 5 minutes 45, and it felt like it was a bit longer than 5 minutes 45. But we've got the Intercontinental Championship match between Big E and Apollo Crews. Big E won. This was a good match. I don't think Apollo was ever going to win, but yeah, like, I guess he could have, but I don't think he would have. It was, yeah, more just waiting for Big E to win. And yeah, no, it was a good match though. I'd give it 3.25 stars. What separates this from the women's tag match, right? Obviously they got thereabouts the same amount of stars, but what separates it is that this was sort of more concise. It was, yeah, it was all packed in better and didn't sort of lose my interest. But overall, it was still only 3.25 stars because what I remember of it is Big E hitting a few moves, Apollo sort of fighting back. Big E hitting a few more moves, and then finish. But yeah, so yeah, anyway. Now, before we get to the next match, I have to say that Shane McMahon was injured earlier in the night when he was training. And Elias, who wanted a spot at WrestleMania, said he'll do anything to get that spot at WrestleMania to do a concert. Shane then said he had a plan, and his plan was to book Elias against Braun Strowman tonight. And Braun Strowman won in 3 minutes 50, and it felt like a couple of... Like, it felt like it was easily 5 minutes, but apparently not. Elias obviously had Jackson Riker. Yeah, this match was 2.5 stars. It was a nothing match. It was just a Braun wins because he's got to face Shane. Whatever. We then got... I don't know if it's match of the night. Is it match of the night? I think it's my match of the night because I like both Rollins and Nakamura a lot. A lot of people I've seen say that Drew versus Sheamus was match of the night. I guess Roman and Bryan also had a really good match as well. But I think I'd give it to this one. It was really good. I personally would give it 4.5 stars. Rollins versus Nakamura. This was really good. The winner I don't think was ever in doubt because obviously at Mania we're getting Cesaro Rollins. So how can you have Cesaro Rollins if Rollins loses to Nakamura? So Rollins was always going to win, and he did. But it was really, really good. Definitely worth checking out this match. I think if you were going to... Yeah. If you're going to watch it, you can really skip the women's tag match and the Braun Strowman match. And you've got yourself a really good pay-per-view here. Yeah, even if you started on the pre-show, it doesn't take it away. Like if you haven't seen it and you want to watch it, watch the pre-show match. Just skip through the pre-show until you get to the match. Watch the pre-show match, move on to the pay-per-view, and yeah, just skip the women's tag, so the opening match, and skip the Braun Strowman match. You've got a really good show. I mean, you can watch the Braun Strowman match. It doesn't go for very long, but yeah, Rollins and Nakamura, they're really, really good. We then got the No Holds Barred match between McIntyre and Sheamus. And how do you follow up Rollins and Nakamura having this technical, awesome match? You have two big dudes just batter the shit out of each other. And that's what they did. They even destroyed some of the LCD screens in the Thunderdome. And yeah, like, this match was decently long, about 20 minutes. And they just beat the shit out of each other. You had kendo sticks, they got put through table, heaps of shit going on. Eventually Drew won. I'd give this match 4.25 stars. Yeah, 4.25. Yeah. It was really good. Definitely worth watching, like I said. Yeah, we then get another short match, and like less than 5 minutes. Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. And this was pretty much just Alexa being freaky. Like the bell rang. She then sort of lit everything on fire. Orton and Bliss then sort of ran around the outside for a bit, and the referee had bolted when the fire showed up. So there was no count out here going on. So they just ran around the outside for a bit, and Alexa then dropped a lighting rig in front of Randy, and she just sort of looked at it and went, so close. Then she threw a fireball at him at one stage, and yeah, it was Alexa being freaky. And then, well, the Fiend showed back up from under the ring, and he looks cool and scary. I mean, I don't find him scary because I don't find the Fiend scary, but I can see why people would think he's scary. I don't know if you guys have seen the Scarecrow movies. If you go onto Google, I'm just going to Google it now just so I can see what I can find. Google Scarecrow. 2002, yeah. So if you write Scarecrow 2002, you'll find the movie that I'm talking about here. If you have a look at sort of the mask, well, not even the mask, but what he looks like, that's sort of like what the mask for the Fiend now looks like. And yes, the sun is shining right in my eye. And it's annoying as all shit. But yeah, that's sort of what the Fiend's mask looks like now. Everything's really burnt, you know, essentially. And yeah. It was fun, this match. It wasn't good. There was no wrestling. Literally, the only wrestling that happened was Alexa, I think, drop kicked Randy up from, like, she jumped from the top rope. Drop kicked Randy in the back, which sent him into the Sister Abigail from the Fiend, and then Alexa sat on him for the 3 count, and then, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I have to give this like a 0.5 of a star for a match. But for the whole sort of them running around and the scary, freaky shit that Alexa was doing and the Fiend showing back up and all that shit. Yeah, 3.5 stars, I reckon. If you include all that bullshit. But as a match, it was shit. But you know, for all the theatrics and all that shit, it can have 3.5 stars easy. Yeah, very, very entertaining. I found it. And then after that, we got the main event, which was for the Universal title, Reigns with Heyman versus Daniel Bryan. Edge is the special guest enforcer, which pretty much means if the referee gets knocked out, Edge can come in and referee. Obviously, if Edge is the enforcer, the referee got knocked out. But yeah, no, this match was really good too. It was Daniel Bryan doesn't give a shit, I found. I mean, I worked that out ages ago. He doesn't really give a shit. He was toying with Roman in this match, like just giving him little jabs to the guts. And Roman's just looking at him like, that did nothing. You know, essentially what Orange Cassidy does with his little slow, soft kicks. This is what Daniel was doing, but it was all just trying to psych Roman out. Obviously, it's going to piss him off, but if you piss him off, it's going to psych him out because he's not thinking. Lots of times it looked like Daniel was going to win. I couldn't see Daniel winning, to be honest. Like, yeah, he could have gone on to WrestleMania, but no, I don't think he would have. Like, there was no scenario where that was going to make any more money than Roman Edge. Yeah, Roman pretty much just getting out of all of Daniel Bryan's submissions with power. Eventually, the referee gets knocked out, so Edge comes in, and he's now the ref. And then, well, Jey Uso shows up and super kicks Daniel Bryan. Well, super kicks Edge, then super kicks Daniel Bryan. Then gets a chair, beats up Edge and Daniel Bryan. Eventually, Daniel gets the chair, beats up on everyone with it. And I think that's right. It's been a little while since I watched it, actually. So I'm just trying to remember, but I think that's what happened. But yeah, anyway, Jay gets taken out. Daniel hits Edge, which takes Edge down for a bit. To the point of Daniel's able to lock in the yes lock on Roman, and Roman taps out. But there's no ref. Who would have thought? And Edge gets up, hits Daniel with the chair, and leaves. And another referee comes down. Roman makes the cover. 1, 2, 3. Roman retains. So yeah, this match can get a 4-star. It was really good, this one, but yeah. In terms of predictions, I got them all right. Obviously, the Braun Strowman match didn't count, and the Rudolph versus Profits match didn't happen. But we predicted all of the matches, except for them two. And me and Kyle had the same. Unfortunately, Kyle was the champion by the time we walked into this, because we had another event on last night, which was New Japan, which Kyle won the belt at. So yeah. So predictions didn't matter because we had the same for this, so I couldn't win the belt back. Yeah. But that's been it for this Thoughts and Review for a pay-per-view. Let me know what you think of the pay-per-view in the comment section down below. Other than that, like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, follow the Facebook, Twitter and Twitch, links are in the description. And other than that, thanks for watching, goodbye, and good night.